here just in time. I did that good too. Started this and turned off the YouTube on the other because I was on someone else's channels chatting. One of the other channels that I like really well. I don't get to stop by much, but as he was mentioning, he's losing subscribers because people are not interested as much in foodie beauty. Hello, Smelly. So I was kind of giving him a quick heads up on Leticia since she will be the next big thing while she lasts. Not sure how long that will be. As soon as a few minute YouTube finds out, she's so gone. Got a little swelling under this eye. Huh. Something has bit me under the eye. I was out at the barn a bit ago. And yes, if anyone's wondering what that is, apparently while I was out at the barn, something must have bit me. Probably a mosquito. Someone have a big mosquito bite come up here. That should look good on videos. But yeah, I'm fine, but apparently I got bug bit just a little bit ago while I was outside. Yep, that's exactly what it is. I can feel it swelling up. A mosquito has bit me on the face. I will name it Leticia because it's a blood-sucking monster that went straight for the eyes. Sometimes, as a YouTuber, you never know that. You clean yourself up during the day, but, every now and then you'll go live and it's like, I didn't notice that. Yeah, because right before the live I was outside. So, yes, I get my first mosquito bite of the year right on the face. Oh, yeah, it's not hurt, and that's all it is a mosquito bite. Because I was trying to figure out what's wrong with that. And it's starting to itch. Well, it's no problem. It's just, it looks bad. I mean, when I look at it here, it's like, ew. But, it's just a mosquito bite I got this evening. Oh, well. Well, what might cool. Maybe for my live tomorrow, or if I do a live tomorrow or a vid, I'll put a patch over this side. Just for silliness. I mean, that would be funny because, to be honest, Leticia fucking disturbs me. Actually, I gotta watch my language. I forgot. I didn't put it at 18 because, I would like some new people to come in to talk about Leticia since she's going to be a regular subject for probably about half my lives in the future, but there's going to be a lot more lives in the future. Well, okay, it's kind of because I think it'd be funny because it's just a mosquito bite. It itches a little bit. It's gonna be fine, but man, it looks like I got popped in the eye. I mean, it does. I mean, it's swelling up more. I might be able to turn that into a comedy bit. Thinking about it, I might do a Grimgoth bit, and Grimgoth say how far he has popped him. Yeah, like I say, once again, sometimes I can turn adversity into comedy. And once again, you'll find me with Leticia. I want to apologize. Hello, main girl. Well, me too, but you'll find me digressing. And it's for my mental health. I've tried not to on my last two lives on her, but I just find her so disturbing, I find the need to digress. So we're going to try to keep on track. So if I digress, I'll get back on track. Hello, Leah. So bear with me. Now, because I do have a couple friends here like Smelly Cat, and I want them to laugh at me. Okay, Smelly. I found the two kittens crashed my last Leticia live and ruined it all. And I got them back to where they're supposed to be. Will you remember I said there was one feral female on my property about to give birth? Guess what? She's under my couch right now giving birth. I've heard at least two kittens so far. She evidently snuck in my house, decided to go behind my gigantic heavy couch that can't be moved to the one spot a human being can't get, and she's currently having kittens. So as we're while having this live, you may hear little tiny mews. And if so, there's nothing I can do about it, and I can't get back there to help them, and they're all on their own. And Richella has come to the live, and now Leticia's saying, now this is where I'm going to be silly for a little while. We're going to have new people watching this, but here's Summer and Baby. But Leticia and I have certain interesting facts. We both supposedly love animals, although I never put one in the freezer. Well, I have complex PTSD, and that is likely that or schizophrenia what she gets her check for. Maybe both. Hello, Philip. Well, welcome, Callie. You will find I get a lot of hate from the drama sources. So, we're going to have a lot of Leticia content, but, you will also see me fighting with various communities. I will be fighting with members of the Boit. I will be fighting with members of the drama community. I'll be fighting with people I don't even know yet. And I'll be talking about Leticia. And a few other silly lolcows when they do stupid things here and there. But Leticia definitely, I usually try to focus a heavy spotlight on one person, and that's going to be Leticia. Well, I'm lazy, I actually should have went and got a shirt, but it's the weekend. Hello, Let It Go. For the new people here, the Boit community on Friday has Boit wrestling. And I was a part of the main event. I didn't win, but I didn't lose. It was a fatal three-way match. For those that wonder, the Boit community coachisms will make characters out of YouTube creators and people in his community. And every Friday night there's a wrestling event. And at some point, I wouldn't doubt if Leticia ends up a wrestler because everyone should just want to beat up on her. Callie, Boit is called the bottom of YouTube. And if you put it in search, hashtag Boit, and you will find a new rabbit hole with various creators. They're mostly small, and we fight like cats and dogs. Many have various issues. You will find many in the LGBT community there. You will also see many in the disabled community, as we have nothing better to do. Now, my other channel that's currently under appeal, that I should get back, had just over 3,000 subscribers, which was probably a larger Boit channel. And this was my side channel, hence why it had reacts on it. Now, Leticia is noticed by the bottom of YouTube, and if you watch Carlos's, or no, excuse me, Freudian slip, if you watch Leticia's live today, you would see Carlos Martinez, who is a Boit member, spamming that I intended on cannibalizing Leticia. And that receipt also is on my community tab. So if you're wondering where that troll came from, he is a member of the Boit. Well, yes, Rachel, everyone she does is against TOS. I mean, her typical video, if I uploaded it, I would expect to be gone. You know how we say it in the Boit? He gone! Well, no, she's going live off her phone. Just like me. I'm going live straight off of YouTube. And that's what she's doing. Now, her thing is her phone in space. I'm running into space issues too, and some of it's Apple. Well, I covered old Shanny too. I do know about everything there is about for Shanny for Christ. Oh, yeah, she was live today because it's like right now, I really don't have any spare space, but I can go live. Hello, Daisy. So, one thing that I'll be doing is live presentations. So, if I don't have space for a video right now, like say tomorrow, or if I feel like it in the middle of the night, I can shoot my vid as a live and it won't take up my space. Well, I have now, if I get my old channel back, I have some old Shanny gems, things that were deleted that I caught the audio of that no one else did. But Leticia, she's going to be our queen for a while until YouTube catches up with her. And I don't know how long that will be because I expected it to happen already. And it hasn't. And, you know, I don't, I try not to make too much light of what she's done, but I'm going to have to interject humor because she's just so. Remember, I'm on 18 plus, effing dark. Well, let it go. I do too. Now, there's been various tidbits of information I have run across. You know, at some point I had watched everything ancient she had done, but when she started putting up hours of content, I can't watch it all. I have things to do. But Original Al caught a couple clips I didn't hear of. One of them talked about getting an abortion, and another one talked of pregnancy in past tense. So, I mean, there is a pretzel here. Did she get an abortion or did she not? Now, you know, as a former career criminal, all my compatriots were all lying to me. And everyone was out to fuck you, and not in a good way. So you had to dissect everyone's lies from everyone's lies. Now, I do know that it seems that from a benefactor, she was given money for an abortion. So the question is, she was given money for the abortion, so the mention of those two as it was that her trying to cover her grift? Or did she really get an abortion? Now, this is on the table. One thing that I do, how I analyze things, I throw everything on a proverbial table. And then we start seeing how pieces put together. So this is a piece. We have a pregnant woman that was given, I think, at early March, money for an abortion. Did she get that abortion? Or did she feign that she got the abortion, drop a couple references like she did, and just spent the money on weed? Oh yeah, Rude. We're getting to that part of the table. Now, also on this table is what Original Al showed about her uterus could be large because her pregnancy is further along. And that's when I started the theory she was pregnant from her whoring and then said, I need stability. And that's when she went out and got 4 guys. Yes, yes, yes. So this is on the table too, that we're going to be talking about. I'm laying out the facts as we understand them and the lies as they have been wove. Now, we have these facts on the table. Now, the next possibility we have to put, did she have that abortion and then decide, you know what, I need money for a grift? And then she decided to eat. Well, Trish, this is where we're getting to. I'm laying out one thing at a time, but that will be a piece on the table too. Now, her belly's a bit soft overall. Now, did she get pregnant again after having an abortion, or did she grift the 500 for the abortion and keep the same baby? Now, from when she says, I know what a due date is likely to be in 3 months. June, July, August. She should have, Rogers throwing it out there, a Labor Day baby. Hello, Monkey Boy. Hello, Mandy. But, that's my guess in the Leticia poll. If she was telling the truth about when she got pregnant, she should have her baby on Labor Day. Now, once again, with their schizophrenia, could be no baby at all. Now, we also, once again, we're throwing more pieces on the table. She was once morbidly obese. She had an eating disorder. She has a propensity to put on large amounts of weight. Today, another piece, she ate two big meals. Then she said, I want comfort food. You know, for the new people, what got me started on YouTube, I live near Amberlyn Reed. I got my first 1,000 subscribers on my first channel in 90 days because I was debunking her and doing large lady content, which I hated. And the other reason why, I'm pretty happy here where I am on this smaller channel, what I'm doing. But because of that, I also know a lot about these large ladies and their eating disorder. And I also know a lot about little Mexican restaurants. And she was eating beans, a family portion. That was like 2,000 to 2,500 calories just in the container of beans. Now, we've seen her eat those beans how much? I mean, I'm a large guy. I eat one good meal, one big meal a day. It's it. And I'm probably 5 pounds heavy. Refried beans. I mean, you don't get much fatter. These aren't nice, healthy beans. These are beans that's had grease and all else put in them. Now, I have seizures. I don't have transportation. I have to walk to the store 5 miles and pack everything back. And I don't have any running water. I have to walk 7 miles round trip for water, 3.5 there, 3.5 back. I've got to do that in the morning. I'm not entitled to anything, but somehow Leticia thinks she's entitled. This is another piece we're throwing on our analytical table. Your mental state. I was taught as a young man, I am only entitled to one thing in life. One thing. And that is a decent burial. When you break down society and everything else, the only thing you're entitled to is a burial. If we're in the desert and I run across your bones, I will feel entitled to stop and bury them. Now, someone at some point may have to walk by and put my bones, down, miles away. But, in reality, that's all we're really entitled to is a dignified burial. But she says she's entitled to checks, and today, we're once again we're putting this sense of entitlement on, where she is acting like, where's her check? I mean, that was astounding me. And I was kind of happy that, Carlos was spamming my name in her chat because, it really helps the channel. So, now the thing is we know she's still hoeing. Now, this would be an ironic thing if she got the abortion, then got knocked up again, and then started eating to try to say it's the same pregnancy. You see, this is another piece we're putting on our analytical table. Did she get an abortion, get knocked up again, and now trying to pretend it's all the same one? It is a possibility. And when she has the baby, it will tell us. But once again, we have a labor date expectation if Leticia was accurate. Oh, I'm getting kisses. No. Hold on, everyone. She's like literally, she's like a rag doll. When she gets on top of me, she's like, all of her bones fall out, and she becomes like this jello. Well, Callie, original Al has a picture of it. Now, I looked at that yesterday for my prep, and guess what? Roger not being a moron. Go kisses, honey. I have known many women. I have known, and being at, my age now, the women show you their ultrasounds. And from all of the ultrasounds shown under my face in my life, that was too small. That was way too small to have been her pregnancy. So I can debunk the ultrasound is a fake. Now, it could even be her ultrasound from her first baby. And I would say that that's likely where that came from. Well, possibility. Now, once again, doing the research I had is looking into the possibility of immaculate birth. I didn't know it until I researched it, but a woman can get pregnant from a toilet seat. So, maybe it might be a good idea for you to clean unisex toilet seats, just saying. Well, it was kind of in a distance, but once again, I didn't glance at it hard the first times, but when I turned my analytical eye to it, I immediately noticed that that's a first ultrasound from a pregnancy as soon as someone discovered it, not the far longer one that she claims months into months. That was less than 2 months of development that I saw there, way less than 2 months on that ultrasound. It wasn't ready yet, but once again, I do believe this is from her first pregnancy. Well, she is a pathological liar. And as I mentioned, Trish, from my former life, you have to put all your evidence on the table and then you assemble your puzzle. So these are our puzzle pieces. Now, she has a time limit. And once again, that's a Labor Day time limit. And from what happens from then or after, we will be able to start having the receipts on where this is going. What is the actual truth? Now, once again, Roger, knowing people like Leticia, she probably did take the $500 for the abortion and just spin it. Because yeah, she was in a hotel at the beginning of March, I do believe. And once again, I believe that she has grifted for this abortion multiple times. You notice now another piece that I'm going to put in. You notice there's specific. We got them moving. You know, specific times she's a little more like, "Come on, people," or like, "I'm waiting." You know, when she's saying that she needs to get hers. And yes, Trish, her family did try to contact her today, and she wouldn't have it because they've likely seen her antics. And my guess is, none of her stuff probably is anywhere near reality. Just saying. Because another piece that we're going to put on the puzzle, we already know she's a pathological liar. We already know that she will say anything for money to get her way or to punish someone. She could not have been abused at all. She could be nothing more than a narcissistic psychopath who is schizophrenic. And I have a cat in my way. And there's Simmer in my way. And we're having a mother-daughter competition for attention here. I got kissed in the eye. Getting kissed in the face. Well, Callie, see, in the boy, there's what I call the lolcow effect. It happens all the time. You get a severely hated person, and people will give to them just to piss everyone off. No shit. It's all over the Boyd. We used to have Elvis Travels. He's been terminated like 9 times on YouTube now. He made a career of that. And this is how I saw this effect. And he was a horrible human being and still is. But we won't get too far into him. And then after we got rid of Elvis came Rich Life of Road Trips. And once again, this same effect happened. People were giving him $1,200 a month. Just because everyone hated him. I shitteth thee not. And I can even put up receipts because I can be a naughty YouTuber. In the Boyd we do trolling. Now, generally when I do things professionally outside of the Boyd, there are certain rules, there are certain boundaries. But in the Boyd, it is a free-for-all. And my ex-girlfriend was spying on Rich Life for a very, very long time, and I was listening onto the conversations as he was hitting on my girlfriend and finding out every one of his dirty little secrets and how he was fucking everyone proverbially with money 10 times over. I'm hungry. And people were buying him pizza. And he was getting full buffets every day at a casino. Then he was getting subscribers to get him lunch. And then he was going to another YouTuber, Go Donnie, and he was buying him dinner. And this went on for quite some time. So like I'm saying, I've seen this up close. And this is what's going on with Leticia. She will get money given to her. Now and then too, she will run across the Christian person that will give her money. Now, you will know when this happens, because that's when you get good little Catholic girl Leticia. Because she's hoping to get more. So whenever Leticia turns to God, you will know she got God money. Now, the one day where she was trying to deny the existence of God, she was trying to grift someone out of money. And that's exactly what she was doing. I had no problem getting disability, but we'll get into mine another time. But yes, Callie, when that's exactly what she's doing. When she's Christian talk, she's gotten some Christian dollars. And the one day she really wanted money, as I said, she was trying to deny God because, once again, fear for the soul. Someone's going to lose their soul. You know, so give Leticia money. Rachel, she's going to be there when she needs weed. Because, an animal will do what's in its animal's nature. The only way Leticia doesn't go to jail is she does stay fairly mobile. And then she does got warrants out for her, no doubt. Now, they're going to be small time warrants. There's going to be nothing big. And in reality, if, see, it's one of those things where I hate to get involved in certain things, but in reality, what she's doing with cyber crimes, with Ethan Alice, we will call him, that needs to be called out with her local prosecutor. Right there in Little Rock. Or it may have been a county right outside, but, whatever county Ethan Alice is in, that prosecutor needs to be informed and enlightened to what's going on. And if so, for Ethan Alice's sake, then he'll likely put a cyber crimes charge on Leticia. Now, currently in the Boyd, our rich life of road trips is gone because May 25th in North Carolina, he goes on trial for cyber crimes. Misdemeanor, but I just like to blow it up because it's fun. But the thing with him is he's done so much shit before then, before he decided to hide from YouTube, that he could actually end up with felony charges we'll never know until May 25th. And he has only done a slight bit compared to Leticia in the cybercrimes realm. Ace? Leticia claims she froze puppies. She goes around false accusing men of assault. Now, I can definitely say this because this is her explanation. It was assault because he didn't call her back. You don't get much more funny than that. And then she calls the police. And then she tells them that too. And then the police said, "Go away, stupid lady." And then 2 days later, she hooks up with another guy. And does it again. And calls the police. And that's why she has a warrant on her. For false accusations against men. She had 4 in a matter of days. Apparently everyone assaulted her, and on a December 2nd, she apparently said she was assaulted, yet Ethan Alice, she was with December 4th, 2 days later. And from her story, she's also picked up around $25 to $50 from each of these guys, which is about the current rate going in Arkansas for a lady of the night. Well, Callie, what she did is she tried to burn her daughter's crib. like I said, she's the great next evil in the world, and I've never whacked a woman ever. I mean, I've never, and I don't think I could. I mean, now I have, some of my personal stories. I was born with a birth defect. I had really bad scar tissue. In 2006, I had a nurse shoving a probe down my thingy, ripping me apart physically, and I couldn't hurt her. I mean, she was killing me, literally, with me screaming to stop, and she wouldn't. And I couldn't lay hands on her. But, let me be honest with myself with Leticia, I don't know. I mean, literally, that woman was killing me, and I couldn't hurt her. But looking at what I've seen with Leticia, I don't know. I mean, really, she's that despicable of a human being. Callie, I'm not a professional, but I'm pretty damn good. In my diagnosis, what doesn't she have? I wish I still had my old therapist because I'd have her sorted out for me. I used to do that with the locals. Get a professional opinion. Oh man. Well, I know, John. I mean, it's just, you know, uh, she's evil. I mean, no doubt about it. And what I did love yesterday, though, is her saying about how she was going to be rich, and then she was going to laugh at all of us, and then pity us at the same time because she's so Christian. She didn't say the last part, but I am. Yeah, Callie, I know that one. I can actually do commentary on him. Now, him being a male and all, I don't have to worry about that. If I ever ran into old James Clock, I mean, that instant, be James, look, the Goodyear blimp, just so he'd turn his jaw to the right angle. Monica, I'm leaving with Leticia on the psycho part, everything on the table with what she actually has. Because as I'm on this live, I'm mainly laying the groundwork for future lives, and I have to basically say, she has a smorgasbord of mental issues that we can add to this table. We just have to figure out how they fit together. Now, one thing that people don't understand, and I have trouble with people understanding, is ego states. We all have them. And with my PTSD, it created 6 distinct ego states in me. It's not a multiple personality, but given certain stimulation, you can get whole new sides of a person. Now, Leticia, in my opinion, has 3 distinct ego states. Now, if you notice, there's a little smartass. And that one likes to eat. The one that talks like a mouthy little girl? That's the one that eats. When she's eating her salad and like looking all smart at you? That's that ego state. That one that makes the silly little rhymes? That's the ego state. And it's a feralistic little child. Now you have another that's the manipulator. That's the one that, you're the one that's crazy. I'm not crazy. The one that gaslights you and tries to talk with the even monotone. That is her enabler. That's the one where she goes around and tries to go about the world cheating the hell out of it. Now, the core ego state, It's going to get ugly because I don't like talking about Leticia in that manner. You know the one that says, I want Ethan Alice? That's the core ego state. The horny little monster. Now you see, this damaged core ego state has these other two ego states to defend and enable it. And one of them is the smarmy little asshole, and the other one is the intellectual little asshole that thinks it's smart but it's not. The manipulator, the one that tries to use morality and everything. Now, where she picked that up was Catholic school. You know, when she had to deal with the nuns? Yes, sister. And that's how she developed that one. Now, the smart-ass little kid is what she was at home. The ones where her family didn't want to deal with her, just fuck you and go in the other side of the room. That's how that one did. Because that one wants to repulse you. She intentionally eats with her mouth open, by the way. And the lip smacking, that's that ego state. Because it wants to annoy you. Another thing that she did say yesterday, she talked about settling with a man, an older one that was secure, so she could sit and annoy him all day. That's what that ego state would want to do. And that's what she really wants. I mean, she really wants someone to torture. And that's why she's never happy. And she tries to bring that to you, but she doesn't understand. You have an off button. You turn this off. She's a diversion. She's a lolcow. You have a life, but this narcissistic psychopath, they think that your life revolves around them. Many of my lolcows end up like this because it usually takes some form of narcissism or psychopathy to get this sort of negative attention. Excuse me for one moment. All the talking. But, yes, you know, so this is the child ego state. Now, the core ego state when they're damaged is usually the rarest scene. And that's the horny little monster. Well, she compartmentalizes herself to where, I didn't do that because I'm the good girl. You see, that's the one ego state, the manipulator. I couldn't do that. He had to have been. But, this is how she does everything. And being, having distinct ego states myself, the one that is explaining this to you is called the magus. I mean, I literally have a super genius in my head whenever I need one. It is a big advantage, and Leticia really doesn't have that. Now, it is a bit of a strain in the brain, but once again, it's because I'm bringing this to you and I'm having to explain it. Now, the order that I explain this, another ego state called the knight does, because he is an organizer, he is a strategist. I want this all to be understandable to you, so I'm trying to bring it in a certain order that you can understand it. My knight ego state, along with this magus ego states, allows me to bring the information and organize it and bring it to you. Now, my devil ego state he's very social. He does business. He also is extremely talkative. So, when we digress, I am sliding into that ego state. And he's very non-judgmental and completely non-violent. So, if I'm needing information, you'll find me sliding into that one, and everyone finds that ego state absolutely lovely. And then I have three more. One of them is a feral. He eats, he sleeps, he don't talk much. He really doesn't care much for doing YouTube. So, hello, Seal. But, that's ferality. Now, my theory is this little smarmy asshole is her feral. Because ferals everyone tends to have some form of an evolved feral. It's that part of you that if the world is exploding around you comes out. So, once again, that's her smart little asshole. That's the animal. So you have on one side her attempted animal, and on the other side her attempted intellect. In the middle, you have horny Leticia. Yeah. Now, once again, my feral tends to do romance too. But, I'm a male. Now, my core ego state, the one that was damaged, believe it or not, my therapist named the nurse because it's empathetic. It takes care of people. It's where I keep my emotions. Well, hunted coyotes, for her, it's whatever hurts you. Like Melton trying to boogity everyone. By the way, Melton John threatened, for the new people, when we see this digression content, now and then Melton John does threaten to kill me. It's YouTube. It is what he is. He's a dark sorcerer. He is a psychopath, and one day he could show up here to kill me. You never know. But, I just want to kind of throw that in there because, we all have our YouTube issues, and we all have those that threaten our lives on YouTube, but where Melton John is about 6'7" and a psychopath. Leticia's 5'3" and 160 pounds of speed bump, threatening me, or everyone for that matter. Well, that Rachel, and I look better in a dress than Melton John, and that's what really pisses Melton John off. And to the new people, we're not joking. We may say it in a joking fashion, but yes, Melton John gets very upset because I look better in a dress than he does. I play several characters on YouTube, and one of them is Verily Veronica, and she has her own channel I've not uploaded on a while, and the one I'm working on right now is Grimgoth the Dark Elf, and Verily Veronica will be guest starring on Grimgoth the Dark Elf's channel. And on the Grimgoth the Dark Elf channel, you will see Leticia if she was a dark elf. I took some image and I altered it like I do to make myself a dark elf, and I did it on Leticia. So, there's a short clip of Leticia being exposed as the dark elf that she is. Well, Grimgoth is me. See, I have several channels. But, one thing that I've taken with new technology, and that's why I have memory problems right now, is I made a week worth of content on Grimgoth's channel, and it turned out that even though the small clips, oh my God, they ate up massive amounts of memory. But it's fun, and I'm growing a new channel, and it's got less than 50 subscribers, and it's comedy. It's drama-based comedy. It's dramedy. I'm inventing a new genre and being silly at the same time. Now, some of the Grimgoth content will be here, but most of it's going to be on the other channels. Now, if I do Verily Veronica, likely there'll be a Verily Veronica live here, because when I do all of that, it's so much of an effort. I want to try to get as much content out as I can. But Leticia, I think, is going to be with us for a while. Now, the reason that I say this, YouTube will terminate her, and she'll make another channel. And YouTube will terminate her, and she will make another channel. So, Leticia is going to be with us until she goes to jail. So, that is how that's going to roll. Because Leticia thinks she's doing something to the world by, quote, putting her story out there. Well, Rachel, later on in the year, I'm going to be working on that one heavy too. I'm trying to get back into, doing YouTube professionally after the breakup in my relationship a year ago. Well, yep, she's going to be the YouTube thing, and you know, I know. Well, see, one thing you'll learn about me: I face dragons on YouTube. If I don't think that they're dangerous, I generally don't talk about them because everyone has minor flaws. Now, if I think that they're a monster in some way, I tend to cover them. Now, of course, I have my typical YouTube spats, and they're not always monsters, although a large percentage of them seem to be. Well, Trish, that's another thing for our table too. Her current financial situation. Let's go back to this table for a little while. Now, she said she was overdrafted. And then all of a sudden she had money to eat with and wasn't overdrafted. So, one was a lie. Which head is lying? Oh. She was overdrafted. And once again, another of these lovely Christian ladies, because of the poor pregnant lady, gave her money to unoverdraft her account. Then she immediately went out and bought her an expensive vegan meal. So the question is, once again, how much did she grift for that time? Did she get the whole car payment? Did she get the insurance payment? Because let me be honest, she didn't pay that insurance with it. Because she just went and re-upped her weed. And since she had to drive to get it considerable distance, she will buy as much as she can after her re-ups. Then she will come back and go on a grifting, whoring campaign. Now, since she will be around us for a long time, this will be her pattern. Now, for the new people, this is the interest of this channel. We will talk about things to where you will be one step ahead of her. We'll discuss things as friends. That's how we do lives here, as commentary. Now and then, I will have lives that I will heavily clip them by their own words. And in reality, when I do someone early, I tend to do that heavily. But we have so many of her incriminating words already, I really don't have to do a lot of it as a receipt. Well, yep, she does that because remember that little kid one, the nya 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 girl? That one does that. Because you can't share the content. So I still share it on Twitter. And I do when she does that. Or what I do is I will screenshot it and then I will put it on my community tab and call that out. Now, I decided today we're going to start doing something new on the community tab for everyone. And it's actually good this works in this way. When she does this, how she has comments off? I am going to link her video. And then I'm immediately going to make another post just for comments. I'll just put, please comment below, for the Leticia video below. And then it will be an open spot for comments. And I will defeat Leticia's attempt at doing that again. Because once again, she doesn't understand how YouTube worked. Also for the new people here, I'm the guy that told all the other creators when they said, I can't see my chat, just pull up your phone. Typically, I use 2 phones for YouTube, and I'm being lazy today, and because I got like this summer to love me. And if anybody's wondering, this is the mother of the kitty that was here a bit ago. This is Summer. Summer's boss. Summer is a YouTube fixture. Where I do YouTube for entertainment. Summer's actually famous. Aren't you, Summer? But, people love Summer on YouTube. Summer's been a fixture in the channel for years. Now, I don't think that Leticia is allowed to have animals. I'm pretty sure. I can't say that. I'm getting rubbed on. I can't say that 100%, but I'm pretty sure she couldn't. Well, Kelly, that's what we're going to do on mine. When she does this, I'm going to link it on my community tab, and then I'll make a second post for the comments. And then, because she's such an asshat doing that, then I can take those comments and then turn them into videos that we can all talk about. And then that will defeat her. You see, she thinks that she's smart, but by just making a second quick post, I can defeat that. And then I can turn that around on her and make entire videos to where everyone that comments on that post, they will get heard, they will get shout out, because when I do those comment vids, the people that make the comments are the stars. And, I'll just maybe add a little commentary with it, or just flat out agree with it, or point out which one, in my opinion, is the best, or had it most accurate. But, that's what I intend on doing. So, when she puts up comments, or, content for kids, I'll work around it. And she will not be a happy camper. And all I have to say is, too bad. I tell other people when they hate me, it's like, I understand that you're upset and you don't like me, and I'm fine with it, and I don't care. And that's the thing with Leticia. She thinks that everyone is supposed to care about her. She's got this whole Catholic schoolgirl mentality about her. Now, I went to school at a public school, but a football field away from me was a girls' Catholic school, a high school. So, I have a certain first-hand experience with these Catholic schoolgirl things. Well, Rachel, I made a joke in it, when Leticia yesterday was talking about herself in an alluring manner, and I stated that I am right now tying mine into a knot, and it's staying that way. So, my story is, right now my shit is tied in a knot, and it is staying that way. It's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Now, I'm going to end this in a couple minutes, because since I did this as a groundwork video, groundwork live, I don't want to go over an hour so people will watch it. But, during this live, I have laid pieces on the table of understanding. Now, an interesting thing, if she was a human being, I'm on disability too. I have 2 spare bedrooms in this trailer. And as I joked before, I'd let truthfully Tricia peg me before I would step in the same state as Leticia. Just saying. But, the thing that she wouldn't understand, you get a whole lot more with being not crazy than you do crazy. And a little hard work never hurt anyone, now, some of you new people will be surprised, but earlier this month, I turned 54 years old. And I'm in excellent shape. And if it wasn't for having the occasional seizure and having my complex PTSD, I would be out in the workforce doing my thingy. But instead, I sit here and work on a farm. Now, everyone, thank you for coming, and we will have these lives fairly often, and I'm going to try to keep them about an hour long and topical. And I've got it set to where they're automatically privated, but it will take me about 60 seconds, and the live will be back up for review for for those that came in and want to watch it from the beginning or continue where they left off. So, everyone, thank you for coming, and you may see me later tonight just on the live where we talk about dumb crap. And the kitty's just knocked off something in there. So I guess I'm going to go in there and pick up a mess, and I'm ending this at the right time. So, everyone, thank you for coming and good night.